Here we go. We have a question, validate an IP address. So we have a IPv4 address. It's a networking concept. So we will not go into that. We just read the problem description. It says we have to check whether this address is valid or not. So the address must look like this with 1, 2, 3 dots, and it's a valid IPv4 address if the values are between 0 and 255. So there must be 4 values and 3 dots, and the value must be between 0 to 255, and there must not be a leading zeros. So this port is valid, this address it is valid. So let's build the approach. This is the example test case. So in Java there is a direct function of split. So we will split with a dot. So it will give us these strings. First string is this, second string is this, next string is this, then next string is this. But in C++, there is no direct function of split. So I made my own function. This will split with a dot. So we have these strings. So we have to check. We have to write few checks here. So first we will check if first we will convert this number. This is a string. So first we convert into a number. So we convert it into a number. Then we again convert into a string. So this is a string. Then we check its length. So its length is 3 and its real length is 3 also. Yes, its length is valid. So if its length is valid, then we check the range. If the value is between the range of 0 and 255, then this is a valid. So this is a valid. Then we go to next string. So this string we again convert into a integer, then we again convert into a string. Why do we need this? I will tell you afterwards. So we have few test cases here. So you got a clear understanding after that. So we check this. But before that, we have to do one thing. While converting this into a string array, we check the string array length. If the string array length is not equal to 4, then we directly return false because we want IPv4 address of length 4. So that's it. This address is valid. Let's talk about this address. So we have 20 22, then 111, then 333, then 111. So we convert this into integer, then we again convert into a string. So we check its length and its length. Length is equal, okay, and the value is also in the range of 0 and 255. So this address is also valid. Let's check for next. So we have 255 dot 33.11. So this is valid, but this string we convert into an integer, but if we convert into an integer it will give us error. So we check if the string is empty, then we directly return false. In this case the string is empty, so this address is not valid. Then check for next. 255, 222, then 222, then 222. So it will give me 222, next string 222, next string 222. So its a length, the array length is not equal to 4. So this is also not valid. Check for next. 222, then 0, 111, 333, then 111. This is valid, but while we convert this into a integer, it will give me this. Then we convert into again a string, so it will give me this. So we check its length. Its length is 3 and its length is 4. So there is a leading zeros, means this is not valid. So this is not a valid. Then we check for next 0 1, then 0 1. We convert into a string, we convert into an integer, then we again convert into a string. So its length and its length is different. Its length is 2 and its length is 1. So this is not a valid address. So let's code this. First I have to create my own function of split. So we pass string and character. Then we have this array. This is a vector, so it will give me vector of strings. So that's the code for split. Next, if the size is not 4, then we will return false. So it will give me false. Then we have to iterate into the array. If the string is empty, we will return false. Else we convert into a integer. Then we again convert into a string and we find its length. So this is the real length, and if the original string length and this real length is not equal, or the value smaller than 0 or the value greater than 255, means this is not a valid range or there is a leading zeros. So we have to return false, else we will return true. There is a thing we have to return in integer, but true and false will work. Let's submit this code. I have to write false here, so let's submit this code. In Java, we cannot split with a dot because it will detect it as a every single character. So it will give me empty string. So we have to write it like this. If we want to split with a dot, so this is a backslash. We have to write two backslash. So and everything else is same. So both code provided in the description box. If you still have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comment section. And if you know if there is any direct function of split, please let me know also in the comment section. And thank you all for watching.